Darlington Moro will join us in the studio, and we get to talk about what really happened and what US is saying. When we take you all the way to Abuja, we'll talk about Fuwara. That is the conversation in Abuja this morning. So do make sure you grab that cup of coffee and let's have an extremely fantastic show. We'll start with the story where the Oyo State Police Command has intercepted a truck conveying materials suspected to be explosives devices during an intelligence-led stop-and-search operation in Saki, Oyo State. According to a press release issued by the Commander's Public Relations Officer, Ayalande Olayinka, the arrest followed intelligence received by police operatives on duty. The truck and the suspected materials were immediately secured and are currently in police custody. Now, the statement stated that after being briefed on the developments, the Commissioner of Police, Oyo State Command, Femi Haruna, ordered a comprehensive investigation into the incident. He said personnel of the Explosive Ordnance Disposal Unit and the Chemical, Biological, Radiological and Nuclear Unit were deployed to safely secure the items for safekeeping and forensic examination. Now, the command reassured residents of Oyo State of its commitment to the protection of lives and property, urging members of the public to remain calm as there is no cause for panic or no cause for alarm. So this is the conversation we're starting the show with this morning. Very important. This is a security, conversation. We all know what is happening in Nigeria. We're in a bit of a scary times, I would say, in terms of security, because we wake up one morning, something has happened here, explosive here, kidnapping here, and now seeing that, there is a vehicle that was taking some explosives. Imagine if there was no stop and search. So, of course, I have to commend the police that, they had to search this car, they saw something like that, and they were able to act quickly. Mr. Shomi.
Yeah, actually, Oyo State seems to be a beehive for certain activities. Anecdotal evidence points to the fact that the terrorists or the criminals are trying to penetrate the southwest also through Oyo State. Now, what seems very clear is that this is not the first time that we see weapons, explosives being found in vehicles. You remember a case in Kaduna State when a truck was going, or a lorry or something, and then bullets were falling down from it. We don't know what has come of it. Now, what you've seen with Oyo State, if you look at issues, at least about 3 issues now, incidents, you realize that the police seems to be on top of it. So, Kaude Egbetokun is probably doing a good job. Femi Haruna, the Commissioner of Police, is doing a good job. They seems to be on top of it. And then it seems very clear that they're also bent on investigating this case. If you look at what they're trying to do to preserve all the evidence, the forensic analysis, and make sure that they are not tainted, in a way that they could identify those who are clearly involved in loading those vehicles or who have tampered or handled the explosive. I think the police seems to be on top of it in Oyo State currently. Yeah,
I will agree with you, Olamide. I think that they did a fantastic job to at least, apprehend these people. But my own question as well is that I hope that it's not just the explosive that they've taken for forensic. The people that were driving the car, who were the people in the car, they need to be asked questions, because oftentimes it's not just about these people. They have a boss, and that boss is the most important thing. So I feel like in as much as, we're keeping all this evidence, we still need to be interrogating the driver and the people that were found in that truck.
Absolutely. Every time arrests of this nature are made, it's important that we treat the data as valuable. And what I mean by that is that, like you rightly said, these networks are very, very intricate. And what I'm noting about these patterns is the fact that our security still remains very region specific. So we have security for the north, security for the south, security for different geographical zones. However, these networks, these terror networks, they are very, very specialized in how they operate. They know the right routes to go through, they know the right trade routes and the right terrains to go through. So we need to really make sure that our internal security is very, very much as intricately mapped as they are. Police did find about, I believe, 42 explosive items. As at yet, like you said, before forensics, we don't yet know if they are terror related or if, because Oyo State sits on very important mines, if they are going to be for illegal mining or for breaking down of construction and quarrying and all those sorts of illegal activities. Either way, these are very, very dangerous materials, and it's good that they were intercepted. But what data can we take from this, and how can we intercept those intricate and dismantle those intricate networks, essentially?
Yeah, Ibrahim, I'm happy that the governor of Oyo State, and they're telling the people to remain calm. There's no cause to panic, because of course people will start panicking if you hear that there was a car taking explosives. Where are they taking the explosives to? Where do they want to attack next? My question is now, Ibrahim, that in an era where we've been called a country of particular concern, where security issues is a problem, when this kind of thing happens, there's a lot of panic, even in the people of Oyo State.
Absolutely, including those who are not even there and then hear about the story. It causes panic, because you wonder, I have family members there, I have relations there, and what if they were not intercepted, what would have happened?
Where would they go
So
next?
you start asking yourself those kind of questions. Remember the kind of explosive that happened, explosion rather that happened in Bodija that affected
yes,
several buildings and all that. Some families have actually not recuperated. They've not really moved on from what had happened because there's no closure yet. So one thing is, as you mentioned, Oyo State sits on mineral resources where they blast the rock, in order to extract some mineral resources from the earth. So the police had not been able to ascertain exactly what the kind of explosives they are and what they are actually meant for. But the problem is we have a lot of people in the truck trooping from the north, trooping from different parts of the country, even from outside of the country, going to some places. If you ask them, some of those who have been intercepted by the Amotekun Corps, they ask them, where are you going? Say they don't know. They're just following the truck to the destination. So we do not know whether these people are intel for, they're gathering intelligence for the enemies of Nigeria, the Boko Haram, ISWAP, ISIS, whatever you want to talk about them. So one thing is we have to ensure that we are on top of our game. So much so that when these terrorists plan to strike, we are 10 steps ahead of them.
We're 10 steps, and of course working with intelligence as well. But Ibrahim, just to still stay on you, like you said, we have some people that will just join the truck, they don't know where the truck is going. But I feel like it's very critical. We've gotten to a moment where we need to ask the driver and the people inside the truck, because who sent you? Because oftentimes, Ibrahim, these people cannot work on their own. The kind of ammunitions that were there, they cannot afford it. So of course, there is a big person, that is, above of all of this. What are we doing to make sure that we get that person? Because oftentimes it feels like we're just looking at the ground and we're not looking at where it's very crucial.
Absolutely. So that's where interagency collaboration comes in. You have the police, you have the Nigerian soldiers, you have the Amotekun Corps, all this, and then we talk about the forest guards, because when these people come together, or when they get to their destination eventually, they probably hibernate somewhere. It could even be in the community where you would not even expect that such persons might be planning anything sinister for the state. So whenever we see something, we need to say something. We need to be vigilant. The era of I don't care, it's just about me, not looking at whatever Ria or Lamide is doing. I'm not saying you guys are terrorists, but I'm saying that whoever is your neighbor or anyone you are able to see that this person does not belong here. The way this person is walking, the way this person is talking, it doesn't look. It looks fishy. So you have to raise the alarm, even if it means. If it means that the person is not doing anything, but that's one thing that obtains
I just want to quickly add, I know we have to go now, but our condolences go out to the family of Inspector Aliyu Oluwole, who lost his life and paid the supreme price while in the line of duty attempting to repel this attack. And this is why the president was so forward about a unified forest guard, because you have people who are actually trained to handle these sorts of threats.
Exactly. Thank you, Olamide, for that. But we understand the forest guards. We've spoken about it a whole lot. Now the question is, I need to see it be implemented. Well, there's still a lot to talk about on the show, but we'll take a quick breather now. And when we come back, Ibrahim is ready to give us all the headlines that have made it to the newspaper this morning. Don't go anywhere. This is TVC Breakfast.